is devastating. This is showing that we are still living in a crude life. This is purely the third world. This is a symbol of a failed state. That is it. There are no services anybody is rendering that is not important. But when you go to the medical, there are essential services. Go to any part of the world. Nobody takes them for a joke. Sometimes ago, some of the retirees of the Nigeria police came out protesting. Essential service. Since yesterday, the nurses and midwives, they are on strike, 7 days warning strike. And I think they wouldn't have allowed nurses to ever go on strike.
To ever
Ever go on strike.
because of how
Nurses, for 1 minute, are not supposed to be allowed to go on strike. A lot of people may not know one thing. In the health sectors, you have the doctors, you have these, you have the laboratory scientists and others. At the end of the day, the one that the patient need most, they are the nurses. A doctor will just look at and prescribe your son, then hand over the patient to the nurses.
it will surprise you to know that the strike is as a result of the issues as regards to poor remuneration, shortage of staffs, unpaid allowances, and unsafe working environment.
I don't care to know the reason. There wouldn't have been any reason on earth that will allow nurses and midwives to go to the hospital. The pregnant women that are doing prenatal and others, you are the prenatal antenatal clinic and others, where will they go now when the midwives are not there? Where will they deliver? Some of them would have been rushed to the hospital at night. And when they get to the door will be shut.
Because of some emergency cases.
Yeah, there are so many. Go to UPTH here. Go to the accident and emergency unit. Go to the orthopedic department and others. The people that are really taking care of these people, that are running, that the patient knows, they are the nurses. Now the nurses are at home now. You understand? Why? Essential services. And you know the reason why it happens? Ordinary counselor can afford to go to the US for ordinary headache. If there is no alternative for them for medical tourism outside the country, it won't happen. They will look around this side and they will take good care of these people. That is it.
Wow, it's really sad. Barrister, let me come to you. It's and one thing I don't know how, but going on this strike, you think it's the best call for the nurses to actually call the government to respond to their demands?
Yes, Chris, you see, like Mr. Ojo rightly said, that nursing care is an essential services. It is very, very essential because without the nurses in the various healthcare centers, even the doctors cannot perform their duties effectively because the nurses are there to check vital signs, do the plebometing by drawing blood, taking samples and all that, preparing data and records for the doctors to work with. So you see, without the nurses preparing these vital signs and keeping them ready for the medical practitioners, they cannot function effectively. So Imagine the implication of having the nurses be on strike. People will lose their lives. Some critical conditions will go worse.
Lives will be
From
lost.
bad to worse.
Wow.
We will see, we mustn't shy away from this thing. The political class in this country are really joking with the masses. They are joking with the people because they do medical tourism all the time. They meet good facilities out there. That's why they continually imagine the humongous amount the country spent in managing former President Buhari's, late President Buhari's health for over 8 years. Highly bogus figure that can even fix our medical health system here. So why is the country, the political class who are managing the affairs of the nation, why are they not looking inward? Health should be given priority. All over the world, healthcare, education, security tops their budgetary concerns. They make sure, like for example, as close as Ghana here, their healthcare system is very, very robust and efficient. But what do we get here? Inefficient system. The system is not working. Poor welfare scheme, poor salaries. How can these people survive? And these are professionals that are needed all over the world. If you also agree with me, you will see that nurses are leaving the shores of the country every day. Some are looking for greener pastures. I was interacting with some colleagues yesterday. I just found out that his sister just immigrated to Gambia. A nurse.
Okay.
A nurse. Leaving the shores of Nigeria, going to Gambia in search of better remuneration, welfare package for job. Is that not a shame?
And then it does look like we don't have enough money in the country to help these people. I mean, it was just last week in the weekend that the president gave humongous amount of money to the girls who won the African Cup of the Women African Cup of Nations. Then it looks like, okay, this country has enough to give, and then health sectors are facing what they are facing. The police, retired police, are facing what they are facing. Is it that we don't have enough money to take care of these health centers in the country?
Chris, they should stop deceiving themselves, because Nigerians are now aware of what's going on. Chris, with the relevant data available, Nigeria makes over 180 billion naira daily on oil revenue. Where are these funds? Why do they keep saying no money? No, who says no money? All the deductions from Federal Inland Revenue Service, where are they? Deductions from custom, deductions from immigration service. There are so many.
How about the loans now that we?
The loans, all the accumulated funds from the removal of subsidy, the benefits. Where are these funds?
This shouldn't be an issue.
This shouldn't be an issue. Fixing the health sector should be a priority for our political class. They don't have any excuse whatsoever to give to Nigerians. The only excuse they have is simply because they are enjoying the largesse of the nation. They can pilfer our funds at any time and jet out to wherever they want to go for medical tourism. If not, why wouldn't they look inwards? During the time of Buhari, we were assured that they will restrict medical traveling and expenses on our politicians. But that never came to fruition. It was just a talk on paper and on air. They never implemented that policy. Councillors like Mr. Joel alluded can jet out to US, jet out to Australia, jet out to Canada for medicals. But they cannot sit here and formulate good policies that can improve our health facilities. Visit our health centers. Some rodents and cockroaches have overtaken some areas. I mean, it's really a shame what our country has become.
Well, Mr. Jackson, he made mention of formulating good policies. I think that should be the major issue we face, because obviously money funds shouldn't be an issue. I think the ideas, the technicalities to set up structures or formulas to be able to set up this system, I think that's the major issue we have in setting up institutions in the country.
Well, Barrister has spoken very well, straight to the point. But when you talk of policy in Nigeria, I no longer believe in any policy, particularly this administration now. What is the prevailing administration now? Policy making in this country today does not matter. What matters most is policy implementation. And policy implementation does not matter most.
Okay.
Again,
all right.
timely implementation of the policy.
Timely implementation.
Yes, of the policy. If there is a policy and you didn't implement it, and life has gone.
What's the essence of implementing it?
And when thousands of people are dead, you are now implementing it. What's the essence? Just you are talking about the London clinic where our former president eventually passed on. It is $3,500 per night.
$3,500
per night. You understand? Then, for you to be admitted, you have to pay. That is, but if you are going to the special room, the elite room is $5,000 per night. And you have to deposit 5 days for the elite apartment. You have to deposit 5 days. That is $25,000 pounds per night. How much is a pound sterling now? You know the meaning? So if anybody spend 1 month in that place, that 1 month can give you the best and the biggest
health facility,
furnished health facility in Nigeria. And it's not, you are not talking of the cost of fueling the presidential jet. Where they are going to park it there is not in the Nigeria house there. The hangar there, where you are going to park it, you know how much you pay a night? For the numbers of night, you know how much? So when you put all these things you are talking about has nothing to do with feeding and other things. You understand? But do you know some people travel outside this country on a monthly basis for medical tourism? If a president, for example, must go for medical tourism, there are maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 of his aides that will follow. And all of them are going to be paid extra code. And extra code in dollars. The cost of accommodation of those people. You see, when you have your enemy as your shepherd, you are in trouble.
When you have your enemy as your shepherd,
you are in trouble. He will mislead you. He will allow you to wander away. You will wander away.
You indirectly say that our politicians, our leaders, are our enemies.
Are they your friends? Are they your friends? Any government, any leader that will allow medical officers, medical workers to go on strike for an hour is an enemy of the public. You know what it means? You don't know what it means. You will not know what it means in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.
Yes. If you check across the country since yesterday, many conditions have gotten from bad to worse. Many have passed away. Many, by the time they know that the nurses will not be around, that information alone aggravate their problem. could remember the last strike called by Nigerian Labour Congress. When the airport workers, when they joined the strike, less than 2 hours, these people call on them, they negotiated and they call off the strike. You know why? No alternative to that. They can't walk, they can't travel by road. So even if you are running your private jet, you will still need the people at the airport. The people at the control tower. If nobody is in the control tower, you can't move. Your aircraft cannot move. They quickly call anything that will not affect the life and of these people and their families. It's not their business. They can allow education to go into comatose because their children are not schooling here. That is it. Now the earth. What are we talking about? So, these people are our enemies. And they will never change.
Well,
they will never change because they don't believe, they don't see you, they don't see you that you mean anything. With anybody, with any counselor, take the family to UPTH? No.
And it's really sad because the federal government...
So anybody now that loves himself or herself now and your relation, go to the private clinic. And when you go to the private clinic, there is a danger there too.
Which is?
Because the people, most of the hospitals, the private clinic, they cannot afford to recruit these qualified nurses and midwives. So they go for what they call, what we have forgotten the name we call it.
Lesser standard. I would want to say quacks, but no, that's not the word.
They're quacks. What do you mean? Is it illegal to call quack? Whatever that is not original is not original. Whatever that is not original is fake. Whatever is not standard is substandard. So there is nothing. It's not political.
Anyways,
I wouldn't mention. I was in one of the federal government medical institution sometimes ago with a member with a friend. And when we got there for pregnancy, when we got there, my jean trouser, trained mosquitoes were still passing through my jean trouser to take my blood.
Trained ones.
I believe they are trained. I believe they are professional mosquitoes. And I call the nurse. I say, please help. I said, wait, this woman. I say, no, don't bother yourself. Immediately after her delivery, we will treat her malaria. I am saying this
because they know malaria will come. This is really, really sad.
When you are in the den of mosquito, what are you? You are grooming malaria. They say, don't worry, immediately after our delivery, we treat our malaria. Yes. Do you know some of these nurses, they do what they call marathon? What is marathon? Because of the cost of their transportation.
They wouldn't have to go home.
If they go and come back home on a daily basis, at the end of the month, before on the 17th, their salary is gone. So some of them will leave house on Monday to do morning, afternoon, night. Tuesday, morning, afternoon, night. Wednesday, morning, afternoon, night. Thursday, morning, afternoon, night. It will now go off for like 3 or 4 days. So that other people, they will be sleeping in the den of mosquitoes. Go to any of these that you know. You discover there is no fuel in the generator and there is no electricity and there is no solar. So what are we talking about?
It's really sad. Let me come to Barrister Ndamzi.
So most of the nurses, they are like working in a prison yard.
It's really, really sad. Let me assume, because I don't want to believe the government knows about let me assume that they're not aware. Let me assume that maybe this hasn't come to their notice.
But we have the chief medical director appointed by the federal government.
Let me assume.
We have the minister of health.
I don't want to believe that this is happening with the consent of the federal government or the state government or whoever is in charge. But let's assume that they did not know. What steps can they take to get this thing resolved?
Please, if we assume that the government, the federal, state, and local government, they are not aware of the state of comatose of our health facilities, then we are
that's nurses can stay 24 hours on like 7, 4, 5, 6 days.
Yes, because of poor welfare scheme. They need to save out some part of their salary, because if they shuttle daily, they must have borne out a bigger chunk of the salary. So people are only improvising to make sure that they can survive in this country. So Chris, back to the question you asked about us assuming that the government are not aware. Who says the government are not aware? The local government have its own responsibility on the welfare scheme for local health centers. How well have they fared with managing the funds that are now coming directly to them? How well have they managed the funds in improving the quality of service and also the welfare of the people who work in these local health centers? Then on the state governments, how well have they managed the resources given to them? See, I think this is also an avenue. This is also an avenue to educate Nigerians on how we can hold our office holders accountable.
Please do, sir.
If there is what we call now today in Nigeria Freedom of Information Act 2011. It was signed into law by the then President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. With the Freedom of Information Act now, Nigerians are now empowered to ask our public institutions, government at all levels, federal, state, and local government, and also other institutions like the banks, the universities, government-owned boards, corporations, and all that, anything that has to do with government and also private entities like limited liability companies. If a limited liability company, for example, have a dealings with your community, and you as a member of that community, you find out something is shabby, like for example on road construction, you have the right to write to the requisite authority demanding information. No, I'm coming.
Okay.
Failure to do that, you the individual, you have the right to sue and also ask for remedies and reliefs from the court via judicial review, order 43 of Rivers State High Court rules. So what we are trying to say is people should be aware. I was watching a video yesterday in Ondo State. A local government chairman, Mr. Joe, built a very nice health facility. People in that community were jubilating because that was first of its kind. Something that is nearing a world-class facility in Ondo State, with cancer screening machine,
yes,
and other well-researched facilities that are in that center. You see, that is an example of a local government chairman that have managed the resources that are due to its LGA very well. So we need to start asking. And when I followed up that report, I found out that the people in that community have been asking him, because he is also a member of that community, what have you been doing with the resources federal government gives you? So this is also a wake-up call for we here in Rivers State. August 30th, we will have local government election in Rivers State. And when they are sworn in, I want to enlighten our people. It's high time we started asking them. We heard you have received allocation. to the tune of so amount. What did you do last month with it? See, people should stop being scared of these people. This money belongs to I and them. This money belongs to all of us. The money doesn't belong to these elected or appointed officials. They are mere errand. I keep saying this without fear or favor. They are only there because we Nigerians want them to be there. If we didn't vote them, they won't sit at there. So it's high time we started asking. We should also know that demonstration and protest is as of right. If we find out they are not doing the right thing, we group ourselves and we hit the streets. The world will hear. Yesterday, I chanced into a report where the American government, I don't know if we saw it, the U.S. mission here in Nigeria.
Yes.
Talking about how they are spending billions, extravagant spending, while the people are lavishing in poverty.
Yes.
I wouldn't mention a particular politician who went to commission a project somewhere. A car dealer did an on-the-spot assessment of the vehicles that high-rated politician used in visiting that particular state. It was put to the tune of 28,500,000 to commission a project that is less than 100 million. But the politician arrived with a motorcade worth over 28.5 billion. Is that not madness? That is flaunting our wealth in our very before eyes, and we can't do nothing. People are dying of hunger. People are dying. One Maybach is over 300 million naira. No tax rated vehicle is less than 80 million. So what are we saying? Why do they keep saying no money, but they will allocate vehicles over billions to themselves, while the people remain in abject poverty? No, it's high time we say no to some of this.
Reacting to that particular story, I took that story on the parliament yesterday, where the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria criticized state governors now for their extravagant spending and habits, citing reports and African report and all of that. In Oyo State, Governor Seyi Makinde approved about 63.4 billion naira to renovate government house, surpassing the state's combined allocation on health, agriculture, and pension. Surpassing the state's allocation of health, agriculture.
It's madness.
It's madness. In Gombe, one of the poorest states now, he said the governor Yahaya embarked on 14.9 billion naira for new governor residence and 14.23 billion naira for House of Assembly complex, despite being one of Nigeria's poorest.
Then check what was allocated for education. Check what was allocated for health. Check what was allocated for other facilities that can boost the lives of the people. You will see very meager amounts. These people, I keep saying it, our political class doesn't mean well for Nigerians. 2027, see, 2027,
you said they hate us.
2027, Nigerians need to take the bull by the horn. Because I mean, we mustn't continue on a vicious circle. Administration go, administration come, the same issue reoccurring. Policies are there, but lack of political will to implement. Even the old policies, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy where we have found ourselves. And someone somewhere will sit and tell me, oh, I am a political leader, I am this, I am that. You will listen to me.
Let me take calls.
Who says that?
It's so much.
We want a better society. We are no more doing that bullshit.
It's so much. Pardon for that word. I think.
I mean, I'm offended.
I apologize. I really apologize for this.
I'm really offended with what our political class have done our country to.
Find out what is the cost of the Lagos Calabar New Coastal Highway. It's
Why
not,
people
it's
are
not
dying?
Billion, no. It's
In trillions. Why people are dying in our various health centers?
Their budget for is more than 20 state budgets put together.
People
that
are dying.
particular project.
Yes.
Various health centers.
And the one from Sokoto to Badagry, Lagos is more than that. And it's awarded to one company.
081-355-42321. We'll come to police issues now after this call. After taking calls now. 081-355-42321. 081-355-42321. 091-286-30377. The phone lines officially open for you to call in. Let's have your reaction on this issue. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Let's Talk.
Hello?
Yes, good morning. Quickly, good morning. Let's hear you.
Thank you. What was?
Hello.
Listen.
Chijoke, we can hardly hear you. I don't know if it's the weather. We've been having issues like this since morning, but keep the calls coming. 081-355-42321. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Let's Talk. Welcome, Caption.
You see, some of our lamentation is down to issue of stealing and corruption. That's why when I see the elite comes out to support the government policies that is even of notion, people being surprised. We go to hospitals now, even as much as we are blaming government, the attitude of the nurses and workers there is another thing. Chris, you see that health center in Melekoyen?
Yes.
My son supposed to be the first person delivered in that hospital in 2009. One day I went to that hospital, I saw a blind that's behind the front desk, service or whatever. I told the guy, I said, please. I told the guy, I said, well, can't you put this blind properly? You know what they talk? He said, who has it? You need to see the body. The guy put this blind well properly. The guy told me that it's not her duty to put that blind to reposition it. And that is kind of workers we find in our hospitals. In as much as funding, the government is prioritizing issue of political jargon in terms of health, education, and the rest of it that the government is doing. And that is what is called after making budget for all this is welfare of staff or whatever, they don't implement any because even the people that are supposed to question them that are busy clapping hands, telling them that have consulted bridges they have not done before in our system. In fact, this is the first time we are seeing bridges. And that is what is taking us backward. And I think henceforth, this we are not complaining. That was the time they even said, Jonathan, give us rest, this corruption, we are comfortable with corruption. Now, not taking us to. And that is all this inconsistency that was in it. It was us to corruption. Anything would be to emphasize the way people steal money. Because even that Lagos rules now that you're getting appropriation, 15 trillion.
There was no appropriation. It was talking about no appropriation for that particular road. Thank you so much, Caption. Thank you so much for your time, even though it was quite difficult to.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Caption.
Yes, let's get more calls. 081-355-42321. 081-355-42321. The telecommunication as well is also a big challenge. Really a big challenge.
They have regulators.
They have regulators. 081-355-42321. Send us a message. If you want to, of course, you can send us a message. We will definitely read those messages when they come. So keep your calls coming. 081-355-42321. 091-286-30377. 091-286-30377. That's the number to call. A lot of us, Caption made mention of the fact that some Nigerians can be a bit docile, a bit relaxed in holding our government officials accountable.
Yeah. And he made the point, and that docility we are talking about is what these people capitalize upon, and they have taken the docility for stupidity. They believe we are stupid. That is it. When you talk at times like this, some people will call on you, say, yeah, you go, they talk like that. In a radio station, you know they fear. That is it.
Anyways, let's quickly move over to the next conversation while we still work on our phone lines and trying to see if I can do something about it. Poor treatment of police retirees undermining morale of serving officers. So, according to the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Agbetoku, it says that poor states of retirees, particularly those under the contributory pension scheme, is affecting the morale of serving officers. According to him, there is a growing deep-rooted anxiety among serving officers, the already serving officers, born from the belief, rightfully or wrongly, that the retired ones are facing as a result of this scheme. Let's get to your reaction, Mr. Jackson.
Let me start like this. There is a Yoruba adage. They say in the olden days, we have two men. We have two men in the community. Both of them are hunchback, you understand? So when one died, they now call the other people, say, come around. Come and see the way we will bury this one that died, though, your colleague that died. And because by Yoruba tradition, you have to cut that horse back. You have to cut it. You can't bury them with it. So when they put cutlass, begin to cut, those people were shocked. Say, The people now said, you know why we said you should come and see it? It is for you now as you are alive now, for you to know that whenever you are dead, you will be buried the same way. The people in service, they are seeing what is happening to those people that have left the service. And they know that that is the same thing they are coming to meet. Then, is that a morale booster? No. You are killing their morale. When they are in service, they are seeing suffering. Now, when they are no longer in service, there are some of them, when they are no longer in service, some of them will be earning 5,000 naira in a month. Yeah. Sure. Before you retire at the age of maybe whichever that come first, 35 years in service or age 60. By the time you retire at the age of 60, you are tired. You can't be of any economic value again. And most of them wouldn't have gotten a car or build a house. So if you are unlucky to train your children before that time, definitely you won't train your children in school. You won't build a house. You won't buy a car. So houses, car, training their children, whatever, will become a forbidden thing for them. The IG that said this yesterday, how far, what has he done? What has he done? By his own. As a retired IG, he won't face all this brunt. It is those people that you are calling, hey, there is armed robbery around there. Oh. Those are the people. At times when some of them think of what they are going to pass through. I met a police officer, a sergeant, and he said, Oga, I go retire in the next 2 months. Oh. Nothing on ground. Oh. I'm still living in Bacha. Oh. I said, what of your own house? He said, no, Oga, that is forbidden. How much is he going to earn to buy a land in Port Harcourt there? Even in my remote community, how much is a police going to earn that is going to buy a land there? How much is a bag of cement? So even if you want to, from your salary, some of these officers, if they remove the cost of the price of one bag of cement from their salary in a month, they won't eat throughout that month. Yes. So that is it. You are demoralizing them. That is why you will go to police station. Say somebody, they tell you, say, Ogana, you go fuel the car. Oh. You go pay logistical and others. And some people will complain. They don't complain. There is no facility for them. If you want police to come and arrest some people for you, you have to provide the logistics. You want them to trek? Because there are no facility to do that. Go to police station, they will be looking for a biro. They tell you to come and find money for biro. There are no facility for any stationaries. So, to me, anybody that decides to join police, he has decided to go to hell. Or be from here. From the day he joined the police, is hell. Because it's hellish in service.
And after service.
It's super hellish after service. So how do you, an hungry man that is living out to work, no transportation, most of them will wear mufti and trek, and they didn't leave anything for the children to eat at home. Any day the children say we are going to pay school fees, that is their saddest day. A police officer told me that any day they pay their salary, it's the saddest day of his life. I say, why? He said because the salary is gone before on the 15th. So the day they pay that salary, he don't withdraw the salary and give it and begin to buy things on credit against the other month. I said, no means of savings. He said, what is savings? How?
So let's take this call. It's a really sad situation. It's a really sad. Hello, good morning. We've been back.
Yeah, good morning, Christopher.
Thank you so much. Christian, welcome.
Wow, it's really hectic getting you people these days.
Yes, it's because of we will try and work on that.
Yes, please, permit me to sound so philosophical, a little bit philosophical about my response. Why is it that in a country we are allowing the worst, supposedly worst among us, to lead us as a people? Because it sends a lot of message. It is either we are like them, or we are not better than them. Because I keep telling you, these people cannot emerge in a civilized climate where you have people who are matured.
They can never.
See, let me also tell you, as far as I'm concerned, life is all about consciousness. Either you move into life consciously, or if you fail to do that, it will come to a point where your experiences will be so bad that you will now be hit by rude awakening. I think with all this complaint we are making every day, we have not reached the critical mass. We have not. Because if we have consciously reached the critical mass, nobody will tell us. All of them, they will enter play role. But let us continue. Maybe we're enjoying what is happening now.
We are not enjoying it too.
Critical mass. Then you will know that the person it belongs to the people. But for now, maybe we will never consciously read that place.
All right. Christian, thank you so much.
That is it.
Apologies for the calls anyway. But Barrister, let's hear you on this matter.
Yes, Chris, thank you very much once again. You see, this issue of a poor remuneration, welfare scheme, salary packages, is just what the problem is. Like, I stand with the police force. I stand with them in asking for better welfare scheme. I stand with them that the federal government should remove them from that contributory pension scheme. Yes, although the intendment of the contributory pension scheme, was not to hoodwink them or to shabbily pay them peanuts. You understand? But look at all other organizations that are also involved in the CPS, the contributory pension scheme, like the NNPC, like the Federal Inland Revenue Service, like the Central Bank of Nigeria, those working in towers, those working in the presidency, the federal ministries. Can you equate their salary with the police force?
No.
That's where the problem is.
That's where the problem is. And the contributory pension scheme as captured by the Pension Reform Act of 2014, the federal government contributes 10%. while the recipients contribute 8%. For example, Chris, a man who is earning 50,000 and you are asking such a man to contribute 8% from his 50,000 and you will bring 10%. At the end, how much do you think that would be? It will just end up to be a meager amount. I was having a conversation sometime. One of my senior friends, I wouldn't want to mention his name online. He retired as a commissioner of police, okay, precisely in Ogun State. So during his Thanksgiving service, where we play like friends, like we are age mates, So he asked, I was having an interaction with him. I asked, I said, CP, how much do you people really earn as salary? He laughed. Do you know this man confided in me that having been retired now, that he earns 87,000 naira. This earnings began, like he said, he confirmed that this earnings began 2 years after his retirement. He was earning 87,000 until the present administration did an upward review, a little. And that little added to 87 was just 15,000. So you see, as a retired commissioner of police,
that has family,
a commissioner of police, I'm telling you, because this CPS,
a commissioner of police,
yes, of course, this contributory pension scheme, from what I gathered, affects from the rank of the commissioner of police downwards. So imagine, for example, what if a commissioner of police at that high ranking level can get 87,000 plus maybe 15 now that it was upwardly reviewed? That's less than 100K in a month. Just imagine what the lower cadre officers will earn, like the sergeant Oga mentioned.
I will hold you. Let me just take this call so that my hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome.
This is Chris. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Quickly, let's hear you.
I don't know how many of you have been Moscow Road or some of the Nigerian police officers. Bail money. Who always eats that money? Because I know how many times I've been there to bring it out. At times you hear 1 million. Are you aware at times Nigerian police charge 1 million to pay person? Cash. How did they do those money? Bail on now. Two fighting. They might tell you the prices.
We'll come to that.
Two fighting is close to 40,000, 50,000. So how do they do those money? If we are telling me that even if Bullion Vine know they carry money from police station leave, you know that they are now making money more than Banco. Go there, you see now they have money. And even the government know that's the reason why they don't. If they are not,
are you serious? You think that's the reason why? Christian, you're not serious.
If they are not remitting that money to government accounts, that's the reason why they are not paying them.
I think the reverse is the case. Anyway, let's take more calls, Christian. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can't take more of. Let me take more of the calls. 08135542321. I think in the case, the reverse is the case. The reason why they act the way they act could be as a result of the poor welfare that they get. Yes. Is that the reason?
Yes. You see, like I was coming to give us deeper insights before the call came.
Before I really beg your pardon. So we can, now that the calls are just coming in, maybe let's just quickly take this last one and I will give you the time. Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you,
yes, welcome. The real gift.
Thank you very much. Good morning to the good barrister.
Good morning, the real gift.
The real gift.
Good morning, sir. I remain faithful, not loyal, because I'm not a politician for now. Let me start this way. In Nigeria, you don't take the bull by the horn. In Nigeria, if you take the bull by the horn, I can assure you that horn will come out. In Nigeria, take the bull by the entire body if you get the strength.
That's if you have the strength to.
That's what I'm saying. If you get the strength, take the bull by the entire body. Because when you want to, you grab on, they happy. Before you know it, the hand don't come out, you don't leave it go. Even when we come out, that's why it's as though when we come out, I think we made a statement during the 2022 election. having the responsibility to do the right thing, decided to have a glitch. And after that glitch, go to court. And I think when you go to court, for those who can afford it, how did it end? So for me, it's really unfortunate that nurses, as I speak to you, are listening to different news platforms this morning. And when you hear patients, their lamentation, even the one with the right for Bible, you don't get with compared to what patients we are lamenting on the effect of the nurses strike on them. And you have a federal government that is busy doling out money. I'm not saying no give money to people who achieve something. But look at the amount of money the government splashed the other day on the female footballers. And then vis-a-vis on the nurses of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Ask yourself a question. Who do the nurses that kind of thing? If I have my way as a nurse today, I will leave nursing go play football now. Because you have more rewards to play football than being a nurse. Which is really ironic. Because when I told you my community, there is an abomination if you sit close to water and you use saliva to wash your face. As for the police issue, well, they brought it upon themselves. Because the insect that eats up the cooler now, it's inside the cooler itself. Ask the question, why are there no stationaries in the police stations to fuel their vehicles? Meanwhile, you cannot tell me that the police doesn't get budget to run herself from the federal government. And states, some state governors also support the police. And yet, they do what they do, and they come to tell me, if I cry for the police, who cry for me? Because after that, a song said, don't cry for me at the dinner. Look, I cry my own cry.
My brother, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Quickly, we don't have much time. I would want you to react so we can wrap up.
Yes, like we were saying before the calls came in. You see, it's just about poor welfare scheme. Okay, the government, we need to add a voice to the police calling on government to remove their body from the contributory pension scheme, because it just borders on what they are paid and what goes into the contribution. At the end of the day, it amounts to nothing. So government need to do an upward review, just like they did with the army. Even though we are still clamoring that the one of the army is still small, they need to do more. Government need to be serious. If we really want to tackle security issues in this country, then these men should be taken seriously. Their welfare should be taken seriously. Yes, we know that there are impending challenges within and outside the police force, which borders more on the corruption. Fine. Government is actually, giving out funds to run the various police formations. The big men in the police force also have questions to answer. Like the CPs and all that, because this money go to them. Their allocations go to them. The various commissioners of police of various states. What do they do, even though they are clamoring for more? But at least the little that have been given, how far have you distributed this welfare scheme? Like Oga mentioned, when you go to their station, most times you can't find stationaries to write. Yes, I'm a living witness of that. I have been in a police station to release a suspect. Okay? Believe me, they didn't have pen. I provided pen. That very day, I had to even buy them a long note as a gift. That is to tell you that a lot is happening inwards in the police authorities. And also, the real gift talked about what do they do with the bail money. Bail, ordinarily collecting money for bail is an offense. That's a proceed of corruption.
That was actually Chris anyway.
Okay, that's an offshoot of corruption. Bail is free, but considering how the atmosphere, the corruption has gripped every sector in the system, police now make it look like bail is lawful. Few days ago, I went to an anti-court formation. I wouldn't mention the particular one, to bail someone who was someone raised a complaint about a particular boy that he threatened his father and all that. So when the anti-court came, they picked him up. So we went there and we looked at the whole thing. It happened that it's just a family issue. Nothing serious. The young man didn't even threaten the dad, but they wanted police to come in. Finally, the police asked that the boy's parents pay 40,000. So when I heard it, I asked them, I said, why would they pay money? Why would they pay you 40,000? Okay, fine. If you're not going to release him, have him. You can stay with him. We are going. So on leaving the gate, he called me back. Barrister, come. But just tell him, made them find us something. So what I'm trying to build here is simple. Bail is free. Bail is our right. Even though you committed a crime, you shouldn't pay a policeman money to be released. If you committed a crime and the police think they have something on you, they should take it to court. That's what the law says. Then if they are not done with investigation and all that, and the matter is not a one of capital offense, you are entitled to bail. Bail is a constitutional right. Okay, so the government need to do an upward review of the salaries of these men and officers of the police force.
All right, thank you.
That is the only way they can also curb corruption, because when you pay them well, they will not have reasons to be fair on
corruption. Finally, before we wrap up,
Let me just pick it from the last statement of the barrister. A friend visited me. I have an home office. You understand? Then my dog was lying down while I was eating. And the friend, through the mirror, I saw. Then I left my dog there to go and open the gate. That light is protective gate. So as he entered, he saw the dog. He was afraid. And I told the dog, I said, go. The dog left. You understand? He had passed through the other door to the compound. And he was surprised. He said, okay. Wait, you dey eat. And I knock, you came to open door, and your dog is here. If it's my dog, as I just stand up, he will grab the food.
Okay.
What am I talking about now?
Yes.
Just like what the barrister has said. And I respond, I say, if you feed your dog well, your dog will not tamper with the one you are eating. But if you don't feed your dog well, the one you are eating, a time is coming, as you cut it, your dog will collect it from you and will even bite you. If the police are well paid, then we will have all the justifiable reasons to tell them that anyone that collect bribe will be dismissed.
If they are well paid.
If they are well paid. So that my friend, I say, if you feed your dog well, you'll be able to leave your dog with the food. I say, I can even leave here now, enter the main compound and spend 30 minutes. I say my dog has no business with my food, because he knows that his own, if he has not eaten, he knows that his own certainly is going to eat. So, these police people are not our dogs, but they are our security. Are they well paid?
They are not.
Are they well taken care of? Who buys the uniform? They. Who buy their belt, their beret, everything?
They do.
They. You are sleeping, the big men are sleeping. These men will be outside, doing vigil, protecting them. Our police have been so. See the way they subject there now. You see police carry madam bag and umbrella to cover madam. Nigeria police go to Benin Republic. I'm not saying go to the Western world. Go to Benin Republic here. Give the police bribe. They will get you arrested.
Wow.
Because they are well paid and they are well taken care of.
Well,
yes, I would also want to add on this closing remark. This is also a time to call out the police force to do the right thing. They can see how now the people, which is the people of Nigeria,
Yes.
how with them, standing with them,
Yes.
calling on government to pay them good salaries, good welfare scheme, and also include them in national health insurance scheme. They deserve it. They deserve other better schemes like housing scheme,
Yes.
car loans, and all that. Because when you dish out all these good schemes to them, it will deter them from looking at corrupt angle. And also, they should stop aiding and abetting the corrupt politicians during election. Because if they don't aid them during elections,
Yes.
believe me, the corrupt politicians who are always fraudulently stealing our votes will not have their way. So this is also a call on them to wake up, because these corrupt politicians, their children are scattered all over the world in the best schools, enjoying best medical facilities. But where are the children of the police officers? In the worst primary school, the various, see, I there is this satirical thing, you know, I do discuss with my friends sometimes. We just say, I asked one of my friends who is a police officer or something, a constable. I said, oh, but why if he say, I never see policeman house where fine? You know, we just laughed over it. But it's a fact.
Anyways,
So the police, they need to also stop aiding politicians. This is my final word to them.
thank you so much, Barrister Ndamzi Ekole. Thank you for your time and for gracing your presence here at the studio. It's always a pleasure having you. Thank you so much, Chief Jackson Leko Ojo, security expert of global repute. Thank you for your time, sir.
It's my pleasure.
All right.
Thank you for subject us to serious
Conversations.
conversation.
Thank you, and thank you to the listeners and those who have been trying to call in. My apologies for the phone lines. All right, we'll try as much as we can to rectify it when next. All right, please, our apologies. We'll do our best to ensure that we bring you best service and best quality service right here on 99.5 Wish FM Nigeria's Business Radio. My name is Chris, the main man on radio. All right, next up is the economy. Don't go nowhere. Stay with us.